Okay, today we are going to go through 7.2's assignment, which is just a review of what we did last Friday. So the base salary, that is how much money they're making no matter what. They get paid that. Rate of commission, this is the percent of the sale they get. So if the item costs $8,000, they're only going to make 6%. So to find out what their gross income is, how much money they make before any deductions like taxes come out, you have to take your sales times your rate of commission. So our sale was $8,000. And then our rate of commission was 6%. Well, to find out what 6% is of $8,000, you need to multiply by the decimal. So we're going to bounce our decimal 2 places over to get 0.06. And then we just multiply. 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 8 is 48. And then we need to add our decimal because the price is $8,000. They won't be receiving $48,000. So we moved our decimal 2 places over, so we need to move it 2 places over. So from that $8,000, they were making $480. Now you need to add that to your base salary, how much money they make no matter what. So their base salary is $950. So 0, and then you need to add it, not subtract it. 0 plus 0 is 0. 8 plus 5 is 13. And then 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 4 is 14. So in this case, their gross income is $1,430. And you do that for all of them. You take the rate of commission times the sales price. Now, notice some of these rate of commissions are 8.5%. When you do that, you literally need to take your percent is 8.5. You need to move that decimal 2 places over still to get 0.085%. If you have 2 3/4%, well, we know there are 4 quarters in a dollar. If I have 3 of them, I have 75 cents. So that would be 2.75%. To make that a decimal, we need to move that decimal over 2 places to be 0.0275. So make sure when you multiply by those numbers, even if it has a fraction, turn that into a decimal, but that decimal will keep you at a percent. So then you still need to move it 2 places over. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and do number 5 together. So number 5 says the item costs $42,000. It's $42,000. We know we get 2 3/4% of that as our commission, how much money we make off that product. So 2.35 is 2.75, or 2 3/4 is 2.75%. we need to then multiply it by the decimal. So we bounce that over 2 places, 1, 2. And then you multiply this number. After you multiply that number, you need to add it by your base salary, by how much money you get no matter what. So how much money he is getting no matter what is $630. So you take that multiplied amount plus $630. I want you to take a minute to do that math for me. So I'm going to tell you the answer now. If you do not have it, just pause the video at this moment. So the answer to that question, number 5, would be 1,785. Whoopsie. $1,785 is how much they received. Your assignment is going to have you do problem solving along with sharpening skills. I want to talk through some of these problem solvings because they're similar to what we did up here. However, they take a little bit more thought through to get the answer. So like number 1, Mike Owen charges $5 per hour to do yard work. He gives a 20% discount to retired or disabled customers. 1 week, he worked 17 hours doing yard work. Of the 17 hours, he worked 5 hours for a disabled customer. What is his gross pay for the week? We're going to do number 1 all together. So everybody should get number 1 right, no matter what. So first, we need to find out how much he charges his disabled customers. So we know his actual rate is $5. We want to know his discount rate. To find his discount rate, I'm going to call it the DR, what we need to do is multiply his actual rate, so multiply $5 by how much he is putting on his discount. So he's doing 20% as his discount. So to change this, we need to make it a decimal. We just go from right there and we're going to bounce, put our decimal sign right there, get rid of the percentage, and then we just multiply. So we have 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 5 is 0. Add a 0 because now we're multiplying by the 2. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 5 is 10. We have our decimal is 1, 2, 3, 4 places over. So we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4 places over. So it gets $1. However, that $1, is it showing the discount rate or is it showing how much he is taking off of his actual rate? So it's showing how much he is taking off of his actual rate. So if his actual rate is $5 and we have a $1 discount for anyone with a disability, we take 5 minus 1 to equal 4. So his actual rate of $5, then he has a discount rate of $4 for the people with disabilities. Let's see how much he is working this week. So he is doing 17 hours of yard work. Out of the 17 hours, 5 of them is for a disabled customer. So to find out how many hours he does at the actual rate, we need to take 17 minus 5. 17 minus 5 equals 12. So this is how many hours he is working at the actual rate of $5. So to find out how much he got paid for those 12 hours, you need to take 12 times 5. 12 times 5, 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 1 plus 1 is 6. So he makes $60 in those 12 hours. Then we need to find out how much he makes during the discount hours. So we know he works 5 hours at his discount rate of $4. So we take 5 times 4, which equals 20. So we have $20 for the discount rate and $60 for the actual rate. To find out how much he made altogether, you just take those two numbers and add them. So you have 60 plus 20. 0 plus 0 is 0. 6 plus 2 is 80. In that week, he made a gross pay of $80. So for all of these, you're going to have to kind of think through a little bit. It won't be as simple as the top ones where you just take, oh, this column and this column you multiply. Take that answer plus this answer. You might have to do a little bit of conceptual thinking and working through it in steps like we did here. If you have any issues, please let me know.